So ALPFA stands for the Association of Latino Professionals for America. It's a national organization, but the Michigan chapter started a couple years back and we restarted it again just because we really wanted that community in Ross. When I think of a Latino community, I really think of support, mentorship, just awareness of our culture, being comfortable, understanding each other's backgrounds.
I was one of the original members back in 2020 to reinvent ALPFA. For me, just growing up in a low-income, first-generation community of people, I've always wanted to find ways to bridge that gap for those entrepreneurs and Latinx leaders in the business world that might be interested in doing business. And so, that's one of the things I wanted to do, but also I wanted to cultivate a place where those who were interested in business can have a safe space in learning more about the different aspects of business and just make questions, have the opportunity to network with other Latinx business leaders so we can all kind of work together as one and lead in a great way for this affinity group to remain a staple hold for Ross in the years to come.
I really joined just because I noticed a lack of community within Hispanics, and so I really wanted to grow that within Ross specifically more. And so I joined and saw that it was currently a small portion of Ross students were a part of it. And so one of the biggest missions that I wanted to create was to create a supportive community within the Hispanic individuals at Ross. And so I was able to apply for a board position, and so now currently trying to market it and make it more active. I think one of the biggest events was the national conference, and ALPFA actually was releasing scholarships, and so I decided to apply. Thankfully I did receive it, and so I was flown out to Orlando and was able to be participant of this conference. And so essentially it was a lot of Hispanic business professionals, and it was actually very surprising because there was more professionals than there were students. And so it simply showed you how strong the community is within the corporate America and Hispanics. And so I was able to interact with a lot of these individuals, connect with them on LinkedIn, as well as follow up and have coffee chats on Zoom.
ALPFA has provided so much professional development, so much recruiting help, just a great support when sometimes I feel imposter syndrome, and just a great way to be myself. So when I think of community, I just think of all the people that have impacted my Michigan Ross experience and all the friends that are going to be with me for a lifetime. So I really can't thank ALPFA enough.
In terms of ALPFA and what we do, we have a lot of different events going on in terms of just Hispanic Heritage Month, where we celebrate cultural identities in our meetings. We have the conferences where we can have the future generations of Latinx leaders come to these conferences, get to network with professional development people, and learn more about the different opportunities that are there for young freshmen, sophomores events, and to get them interested. So we do a lot of different things in terms of ALPFA, but I'm really just someone that wants to embrace the Latinx community and grow in terms of just personal and professional career. So
we grew up in Venezuela and moved to Miami, so we've always been part of a Latin community. So I think having that as part of our upbringing, whether it be food or family or traditions, just has been really shaping. And I think leaving that environment and coming to Michigan has, at least for me, really made that identity even stronger.
Being Latina is just a part of every single aspect of my life. It's who I am, and definitely echo coming here when there's not that many Latinas or Hispanics in general. I think it made me realize just how much I value it, and that it really is present in every aspect of my life. And I think another part that really makes Ross so special is the extracurriculars. The clubs and orgs that Ross has, such as ALPFA, are really so meaningful for your professional development as well as for your social development as well, and your social life. The friendships that you'll make there and the mentorship that you'll be able to receive from upperclassmen in the clubs that you're a part of are so special and are so helpful for not only just for your recruitment, but also for your life in general. The advice that you'll get there is unmatched.
The Ross program in general is just so special because you're put into a section with a bunch of other students, and you kind of go through your Ross career along with other students, which makes it really valuable because you're put into teams together for almost every class. So you get to make and build different relationships with almost everyone around you, and it just makes being in class such a better experience. Being in a school of 50,000 people, being able to narrow it down and have a bunch of class friends and school friends really makes for a really special experience. And everyone is so helpful to one another that I think I've learned just as much from my peers as I have from my actual classes.
I first decided to transfer into Ross. I was actually in the College of LSNA, but I really wanted to join Ross because I'm someone that really loves to communicate. I'm someone that loves to learn more about negotiations at first when I was a freshman, and that really caught my interest in transferring into the Ross School of Business. And in general, Ross gives you a lot of different opportunities, whether that be you want to go on different scholarship events, go to different study abroad opportunities. I studied abroad in London for this past winter, for example, and I think Ross does a really great job of giving you the opportunities to do what you want to do to improve any aspects of the business school. And I think that's really great with the innovation wise. It's not just about trying to find that job that will secure you money for yourself and your family, but it's also about how do you improve the Ross community once you graduate and you become an alumni as a BBA Ross major.